20 years ago, I never would have imagined buying a home in Israel, but here we are on the Mediterranean, and now we're going up to Jerusalem. Susan will tell you about our neighborhood.
Jerusalem, the drama, the mystery, ancient stones that echo with the energy of contemporary life. The Bible says to go up to Jerusalem, so we are. Our new home is in the Jerusalem Gateway, at the western entrance to the city. Imagine exploring the wonders of the old city. Visiting the Knesset, catching a movie at Cinema City, shopping at Ben Yehuda, Shuk Machna Yehuda, reading the great scroll of Isaiah at the shrine of the book. This ancient scroll, Israel's Mona Lisa, was hidden for 2,000 years and discovered by shepherds just 75 years ago. Studying under the skylight at the new National Library. A latte at Story Garden Cafe in Jerusalem's largest park. And transportation to everywhere a short walk away.
Past and present meet here, creating a place like no other. Abraham almost sacrificed his only son Isaac. Jacob dreamt of angels on a ladder to heaven. Yeshua taught, died, and rose again. King David lived in Jerusalem, wrote Psalms, and in our lifetime, prophecies are fulfilled as Jews come home from around the world.
We're standing in a busy intersection in the Jerusalem Gateway project. This is about halfway between our new home and the central bus and train stations, and we're surrounded by a lot of new construction. 24 buildings are going up, including 9 skyscrapers, making space for 60,000 new jobs, 1,000 new homes, 2,000 hotel rooms, and 30 acres of public space. Why are we moving from the other side of the world to Jerusalem? It all started about 30 years ago when I memorized the book of Hebrews. In chapter 8, God says, I will put my laws in their mind and write them on their hearts. I knew that was a direct quote from Jeremiah, but it says the same thing in English. And I had to review that every week to keep it fresh. For about 15 years, I had a shop teacher in high school, Mr. Chandler, who explained that it was important to keep dust from building up because a furniture factory allowed dust to build up, and a spark at the wrong time, boom, the whole place went up in a fireball. After 15 years of reviewing Hebrews, I had built up a lot of dust. And one day somebody said to me, do you know what the Hebrew word for our law is in Jeremiah? And I said, no, what is it? And he said, Torah. And I thought, Torah? That thing the church says we don't need anymore? That thing that the church says is just Old Testament law and has been replaced by grace? That's to be written on our heart? First I looked like this, and then my world blew up. Here we are, standing at the same busy intersection as before, yet now there is no construction and very little traffic. Do you know why? Because it's Sabbath, Torah's day of rest. For 2,000 years, while the church lost both Torah and Sabbath, Jews, and especially the Jews of Jerusalem, have kept both. Torah says to respect the elderly. Only once in my life have I experienced someone giving me their seat on a busy bus, no seats left, and it happened just 2 blocks from here. This love of Torah, respecting the elderly, honoring the Sabbath, being in Jerusalem for the feasts, this is why we're going up. I said to a Catholic friend of mine, the main difference between me and you is that you think that man can change what God said about Sabbath at Mount Sinai. And he said, you're right. I do think man can change what God said. If you think my friend is right, you should be Catholic. If you think man can't change what God said, then join us and go up. Here's a clip from a video Kellen and I made 5 years ago about what Isaiah says about Gentiles and Torah. Kellen, what's been your favorite part of the trip?
Riding the airplane and playing on the beach.
It's been great, but now we're headed up to Jerusalem to fulfill some prophecy, specifically Isaiah chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. V'haya, v'achrit hayamim, nachon yihye har beit Adonai, v'rosh heharim, v'nisa migvaot, v'naharu elav kol hagoyim, v'halchu amim rabim, ve'amru lechu, ve'na'ale el har Adonai, el beit Elohei Yaakov, ve'yorenu midrachav, ve'nelcha be'orchotav, ki mitzion tetze Torah, u'davar Adonai miYerushalayim. So how are we going to fulfill this prophecy? Well, we're going to do that because we're from the nations, we're not Jewish. We're going up to the mountain of the Lord to study His Word, and we're encouraging you to join us. At the end of the age, Gentiles stream like a river to Jerusalem to study Torah, to walk in God's ways, and Jeremiah says it too.
The Hebrew word for Christians is Notzrim. David Rubin is the former mayor and an activist in Shiloh, Israel. He likes to connect this modern word, Notzrim, to Jeremiah. For there shall be a day when watchmen, that's Notzrim, which is also the word for Christians, will call in the hill country of Ephraim, arise, and let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. Imagine Christians calling Jews to go up to Jerusalem. Yeshua said, do everything the teachers of Torah say, and keep the commandments, which is Torah. Theologian Ray Vanderland says, if you want to know how Jesus lived, live with the Orthodox Jews, because they haven't changed anything in 2,000 years.
20 years ago, during the Second Intifada, my son Nathaniel and I decided to go up, even though the State Department was saying, don't go up, because of violence. Then 2 weeks before the trip, I had a panic attack. My heart was pounding, shortness of breath. Why am I taking my 15-year-old son into a war zone? But we decided to go up anyway, and a blanket of peace fell on me when we landed in Israel. Just recently, when I first saw our new home being built, just a big hole in the ground at the time, I realized this is a pearl of great price. As non-Jews hoping to buy in Jerusalem, we needed approval, a 4-month process through the Israel Land Authority. We applied, describing our desire to live in Israel, including the testimony of Jewish friends, and praying every day for approval. When we were finally accepted and the day of decision came, again, I was afraid. But we dared to go up, and once again, that blanket of peace fell on me. We have exchanged over 600 emails with these two men. Attorney Simon Seitz has been guiding us for 3 years. Aaron Krasner has arranged all our financing for us. You can request this article on what we've learned. Susan and I sold our beautiful home that we built 30 years ago, where we raised our family, so that we can go up. Our new home is ready, but we're not. I can't retire yet. Kellen is still in high school. We hope to rent this home to a family and study until we are ready.
This here is the kitchen. We have this pretty blue tile that my mom picked out. We have our double sink for meat and dairy separation. And one of the cool features are these soft closed cabinets right here. And the coolest one that we have is this one that opens up straight like that. This is the master bedroom. It's got two really big windows, and this is the view out to this window, and that's where the Temple Mount would be, over that hill, but too bad you can't see it from here. This is the second bedroom, and all new construction in Israel requires a safe room, so this room has a solid steel door. It's kind of like a bank door, and it's super heavy with these cool locking handles. So here we are. The workers left some of their construction tiles in here. So as well as having a solid steel door, it also has these really cool solid steel shutters. So these are like a ½ inch thick, solid steel. So you pull these open, and then you got your bolt here. You have two of these. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And you also got bolts over here as well. Yeah. These are the sliding doors that go out to our deck, and it's really cool because it comes with a protective shutter that also doubles as a sunshade. So I'm going to raise these now.
We can see the sky over the Mount of Olives where Messiah is going to set foot according to Zechariah 14. We could be sitting on the deck here, drinking coffee, watching it live, and maybe live streaming it for you.
TorahAndMyHeart.com has over 100 videos, including an entire year of how to read the Hebrew Torah portions. And we're open to new readers in our Sunday Zoom class. A serious homeschooling family would be great.
Shalom.
Shalom. Tov miod, tov miod.
I wrote Torah, Torah, Torah as a treasure map. Here are some encouraging pictures from readers.
And that's what the new covenant is all about. This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their hearts, and in their minds will I write them. And this is why we do keep the law of Moses.
We're going up to get to know Torah and Yeshua better, and we dare you to go up too. We'll close with some comments from Susan, and thank you for watching.
We are one family from the nations to go up. We don't know many others. Some have already gone. Others will join us. And God looked down and saw Peter, Susan, and Kellen. And God said, they're willing. I'll send them.